Hey, grown man talk. Today I want to talk about staying active. Um, a lot of people like to talk, talk about what they about or what they doing. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, I'm outside," and I like to crack jokes about that. Like, yeah, man, everybody outside. People outside, they gotta do what they gotta do. But what are you doing when you outside? Are you just going outside to get into your car, drive to your job, or just inside? Then after that, you leave your job, you outside for a little bit, then you get back in your car, you drive to your house, and then go inside there. How often are you outside and what are you doing outside? You know. But ultimately, I just want to make the point that as men, you got to be active. I think the average, I don't know what it is for men, but I know for women, I heard recently that the average size was like 16 or something like that. Whatever, man. But I know that, like me personally, I've been active. I've been an athlete when I was younger, and I carried the mentality of just being active all the way up into adulthood, where I don't want to just be sitting around. And I think that's why a lot of people are obese and a lot of people are depressed, because they sitting around and they sitting on problems and they sitting on food and and a lot of times, like I say, a lot of these people choose jobs where their career requires them to sit down, and maybe that could be the issue, in itself. Like, maybe the career you chose is not benefiting you physically, benefiting your health. And I think that's why a lot of times, see people that's super wealthy or whatever, they may have a good ass job, they went to college, got a master's degree or whatever, bachelor's, and getting over 6 figures a year, and they got all kind of damn, health problems because they're not doing the physical part. A lot of people think work is just clocking in and getting a paycheck. That's not what work is. That's called being a good employee and earning some wages, but work is just your everyday life, man. Work is just doing laundry. Work is sweeping. Work is getting up out of bed, man, and doing normal routine things that require you physically to get up, down. Most people don't even stretch every day. I stretch every day, man, because I was trained to do that when I was an athlete. So I'm like, I carry that into my everyday life, man. No, I'm not preparing for no game today, but I might get into it with somebody, man. And not that I'm looking for no problems, but you imagine, you're not expecting no conflict, and you done left the house, you didn't stretch and nothing. You ain't been hitting the weights, you ain't been keeping your stamina up, nothing. You just get into it with somebody, and they may have been active. They may be super active. They might be running hella miles every day. You just never know, man. You gotta approach life as if it's a professional fight, man, or something, But approach life with arming yourself in every aspect, and that means being physically prepared, mentally prepared, guarding yourself every time you leave the house, man. Every time you get outside. You know what I'm saying? So I want to encourage us as grown men to stay active, man. I see some of us as actually putting in work, and really are able to keep their vitality up. When you are actually working out, there's something that happens, man. It's a natural energy that is released, that you're able to feel good about life. You feel better. You don't have no time for depression and all of that, because you're feeling good. You're exercising, and you're getting out into the elements. People are encouraged to stay inside, and things like that. It's a lot of things to just keep you locked in on your phone or your devices, you know, may have to do like that Kendrick song. Turn the TV off, man. Get outside and really tap in. A lot of people don't want to tap in. Man, just take a walk sometime. Go to the lake, man. There's something about being around a big body of water, you know. But in the midst of that, don't just be a sitting log. You know what I mean? Don't just be somebody who just sit around all day and drink and smoke and just lazy. You know, a lot of people are really lazy, man. And people gotta, you know, get to a point where they real with themselves. You know, and just tell themselves like, man, yeah, man, I could be doing more. I need to be working out more. I need to be walking more. I need to be running a little bit more. I need to be doing something, you know, exercising, and take small steps. You know, it ain't got to be all full blown through you know what I mean, professional athlete workout, but you just start doing little things here and there, man. There's so much content on YouTube where people will show you what you can do at the house. You ain't got to get no damn expensive gym membership. So that ain't no excuse, man. A lot of people make excuses to why, oh man, I can't afford to get healthy. These memberships, man. People are you're responsible for your own life. You're responsible for your own health. And if it's really important to you, if your life is really important to you and you care about yourself, then put in the work. I mean, every day, you know, you're responsible. You know, that's a part of our mission here, man. That's part of our test. Can you take care of you? You know, you can say you or your lower self, this vessel that you are borrowing for a temporary period. How well did you treat your human self? How well did you treat your avatar? You know, if you will. Were you terrible with your vehicle? Did you always pollute it? Did you not give it the natural vitamins and the natural, you know, resources and things that it needed to keep it fueled and so that it can last, you know? So what if you judged on that? What if you judged on, like, yeah, man, you know, you did have a good heart, but man, you fucked yourself up, you know? You don't want to get to that point, you know, when, you know, whatever the creator, whoever it is that make that decision of whether you reincarnate or ascend, you know, to be like, man, yeah, you know, we almost let you through them gates, man, but bro, you did it a little too much, man. So I'm gonna have to let you recycle this again. Treat yourself a little better on planet Earth, or whatever the real name of this planet is, and, you know, do better and we'll upgrade you. Because I believe that this whole concept is based off this whole being promoted and being graduating, you know. That's why they call it university. You know, all that is based off going up the levels, you know, ascending. And once you get to that level, you know, that graduation, you know, get to that point, that's when you're judged. I feel that's when it's a decision. You decide whether you really want to go into the next phase, or do you want to just still, you know, celebrate what you've accomplished. Because a lot of people do that. They just celebrate, you know, what they've got, you know, how far they've come, instead of just keep going. A lot of times they don't just keep going. They just, yeah, man, so, you know, look, I got this. You know, everybody wants to start showing off after a certain point. So keep your head down and just keep going, you know. So take care of yourself. Stay active. You know, I know I rambled through a few other things in there, but that's the main thing. Stay active, you know. It's a powerful thing, you know, transformation. I've seen some people go from super jumbo size, from 550 to 600, and just work, you know. I know they got all kind of shortcut ways that you can cut weight, but don't do that, y'all, man. Don't be lazy. Don't be one of those people that harm your health even more for a look. Don't cheat. You know, I had good coaches, man. Don't cheat me, son. He always said, don't cheat me, son. Like, damn, I can't cheat, man. I gotta work. I gotta really put in the work. So just really put in the work. You will appreciate it a lot, later by doing that. And your conscience, you'll be able to live with yourself. Like, you know what? I did this. I actually put in the work, and I'm proud that I did it. Instead of just allowing somebody to medically put something in me or whatever to, give me this unhealthy, artificial physique. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for this one, man. Grown man talk. I'm on to the next.